sacred way, on this sacred land, in this sacred season, one last time. Become the cauldron. Become the elixir within. As within, so without. As without, so within. Welcome and blessings upon you all as we begin Equinox 2023.
What's your favorite thing about the fest?
I think it's just the people and everything around us.
Happy people.
Happy people, happy place. It's the energy of it. There's an intensity, but it's like a friendly intensity.
They're caring. It's like they actually care. It's not like a fake care. It's nice. Makes you feel safe.
The peeps, man, the peeps.
I love how friendly everybody is, and everybody's down to help if you need a friend or someone to talk to or help carrying something heavy. I love the music, and how it brings people together.
A lot of my art is inspired by transformational gatherings like this and the people who gravitate towards them and the perspectives and philosophies and lessons that unfold in these kinds of zones.
This is the best festival ever.
I really like the crowd and how they moved. Regardless of what I played, they always just seemed to just like really embrace it and go wild.
Equinox has meant so much to us because we've been doing it since 2009, and it really is a family. This community has just absolutely been supportive and wonderful, and it means the world to me.
Dance music. Dance makes you just want to just get in the rhythm and just keep going. Like, yeah, that's... And then the bass, yeah, on top of it, that just intense bass, yeah. That's where it's at. Get down, get dancing. Shake it.
mean, it's mostly just good people, you know.
I would say the community.
Yeah,
They take care of each other.
Yeah.
They like they love the music, and they love each other. It would not have gone this long without the people who have been so responsible.
The ending of the festival is really special for a lot of people.
It's going to be very emotional.
The tears are going to just...
Tears will flow.
This spell is so powerful, and it is complete, and it will continue to make its magic the rest of our lives. We are Gaia's fondest dreams realized, awake, and alive, and activated, and wild, and free! Every step you take, every breath, every smile, every tear, every dance, you carry this spell in the alchemical cauldron of your body. We are magic. We are love. We are infinite possibility. And everything we do here carries the threads of those beautiful prayer flags. And we are so grateful. We're so grateful. We're so grateful. So grateful. We are power. We are power. We are change. We are change. Our circle is open, but never broken. Merry meet, merry part, merry part, and merry meet again. So it is done.
That's what's up. How's the festival going?
It's going good.
It's going great.
Yeah. Super easy, smooth.
Weirdly smooth.
Weirdly smooth.
Hopefully it's not done yet. So, parking's in, people are safe, people are happy, the weather's gorgeous.
Because it's usually raining, but it's not raining this time.
It is not.
And how many years have you guys been doing this thing?
So it depends on how you count, because this is the 19th version of this, but then we had 2 years off during COVID. So really we've been doing it for 21 years, but there were 2 where we didn't have a festival.
Yeah. Right. And what got this whole tradition started?
You were in a record shop and you found some Go
Oh, we want to go
records.
back that far.
I mean, to the beginning, right?
Sure. Yeah, tell me the story.
I used to DJ breaks and turntablism stuff, and then I went to Atlanta and found a section Mark Goa and bought records and played it that night. And then I didn't know there was a scene for Goa Trance then until a friend later took me to New York and got me involved with the scene, and then we started doing parties. Tried a few in Winston-Salem, didn't go so well, moved to Asheville, first party was 500 people, so I stayed. And then we started doing outdoor and indoor, blah, blah, blah for years, and then eventually we started doing, it was Neptunalia was done here first, so that would be the first Equinox.
We retroactively renamed them.
So, and then, yeah, those just continued. And then
There was Neptunalia, the second one was something else, and
there
there
was
was
Powwow Kapow Reunion.
Okay, Reunion was my first.
Right. And then, yeah, and then you guys came on and
Neptunalia, because you came up to a show in DC,
and we did Deco.
and I had heard about them from you because Mike got me tuned in to Go-A-Trance in 2001
or so. I had been to Sonic Nature in 2000, which was thrown by, like, I don't think Touch Samadhi existed yet. It was Orange Brain Unlimited.
Oh, that was, yeah.
That was Monkey.
Yeah.
But you were there, and Derby was there, and Sinai was there, and a bunch of that old crew.
Right.
So that was my first experience coming to something like this, and it was, like, I think on public land.
In the
Oh,
forest,
yeah, I was out back in when we would do we did a lot of parties on government land that you could rent out, like, just the space, like, kind of camping, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this thing really evolved from, a couple hundred people in the woods with a sound system and no other real organization, into being a big coordinated effort with dozens and dozens of staff, ticket sales happening months ahead of time, and all this stuff that we're seeing now in terms of production, in terms of deco, in terms of sound and all that.
So Mike in college in 2001 started playing Go-A-Trance for me. We hung out a bunch and played all these great tunes, classic Etnica Tryptonite, oh my god. And then there was a show in DC near where I lived, and I had heard about Touch Samadhi and Chris and Shane, and I'm there helping out, just showing up, young kid, I want to help throw this party. And meet these two guys with these southern accents, and they're really laid back, and they're cool, and they're setting up deco, and it was Chris and Shane, and I wound up spending the whole time working with Shane, setting up deco. We did the whole party. I was exhausted by the end and had a blast. And then they told me about, we're doing Neptunalia here at Deerfields sometime later that summer. I think it was that same season. So I came down here, and as I was pulling up at the entrance, I saw Shane setting up deco, parked my car and went over and was like, let's get back to work. And then later on you told me, you're hired. And that was 2002 or 3 for Neptunalia. And it just keep getting a little bigger and hopefully better. So that was kind of how we all got kind of pulled. And then I pulled Mike in like a year or two later, because you would come, and then eventually you said, how do I help? I want to.
I mean, I was spending my time hanging out with you while you worked, so I might as well do work.
Right. And I was like, here's a lot of responsibility. And you're like, oh, God.
What makes this community so special?
They look out for each other.
Yeah. For the most part, like, we don't have any worries. What I always tell people is, like, you can leave your backpack in the middle of the dance floor all night long and come back the next morning and it's still there. So it's usually how safe it is.
And people have been coming so long that they know exactly what they're getting into. They don't go crazy. They don't go crazy and hurt themselves or hurt other people. Like, they're here. They know exactly what they're signing up for. They take care of the land. They take their trash in and out. Like, it would not have gone this long without the people who have been so responsible.
When new folks come in, they get sort of acculturated into how everything works. People will take them under their wing and talk to them, about what all this means and what's expected of them, and they just kind of become part of the community.
Tell me about some of the artists that are here this year.
South Wild came from Germany, correct?
Jürgen's great. Yes.
Jürgen.
Germany to Switzerland, right across the bridge on an airplane.
Yes. But me and him have played shows throughout the years up in New York together. So but somebody mentioned his name about coming for this year. And we're like, cool. He's a great guy. So most of the people that we do book are really like down to earth, not big rock star heads, and they're just good people, and they just want to come have fun and not have to stress. So.
Have y'all hit the dance floor yet?
For 30 seconds.
Yeah, a little tiny bit. Yeah. We've been busy, but now we're getting into Saturday afternoon. I think just about everybody who's going to be here is here. and that means the first hard part is done.
Right.
Before
The
we
before
don't
the
yet,
second
yeah,
hard
right. We
part.
don't have to yet worry about getting all these people out of here, which will be the second hard part.
Right.
But yeah, tonight is usually the night we all get to take a break and do our thing.
What makes this type of music special?
You don't get a bunch of riffraff because they usually can't handle the type of music that it is to begin with, so they usually can't take it. So you don't get a lot of drunks, you don't get a lot of cokeheads, you don't get a lot of like that style of people who are just want to come out and party. Where these people take it a little more seriously, whatever you want to say, spirituality or whatever like that. But you know, it's a thing that they can do.
Cameo.
You're on tape.
There he goes.
But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just good people, you know.
I would say the community.
Yeah,
that they take care of each other.
Yeah.
They like they love the music, and they love each other, by and large, and so it kind of holds it together and keeps the riffraff out.
Right.
If somebody is weird or inappropriate on the dance floor, it gets moderated by the dance floor, which allows us to focus on the parking and logistics and stuff. So, by and large, people are looking out for each other, and there's a sense of ownership that's spread across the group, I would say. Like, take care of the land, take care of each other, be responsible, and that. I love the music, but it wouldn't be possible without the right people.
But that, like, Goa Trance, Psytrance definitely has that hippier vibe to it. So, you know, there's a lot of people that cross over from jam bands and Grateful Dead and stuff.
At the same time, and this is going to be a weird comparison to make, I think that Psytrance can be very punk rock in that it doesn't care who likes it. People are going to make the music they want to hear, no matter how weird it is. No one's trying to sell out clubs or big venues with this stuff. They're doing what they want to do. They're playing the music they want to hear, and if you like it, that's awesome. We have lots more for you. If you don't like it, it's not for you, that's also fine. People are very content being themselves with this music.
Yeah, be yourself. Just be yourself.
And there's a lot of people that don't like Psytrance so much, but they still come to the festival because they like the people and they like the environment.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys are all musicians, right? You're a musician too?
Mm-hmm.
What's your personal favorite thing about the genre? Music nerd shit, you know?
Most of what I write is actually not Psytrance, so I'm in many ways one of those people who come because I like the atmosphere. But we just played our set of kind of weird, slow Psytrance on the main stage. And I like the fact that compared to other electronic music, there's so much more room to do music theory, to do elaborate melody, to make a bunch of weird ass sounds, and just really really appreciate synthesizers. Really push synthesizers to their furthest extent.
Yeah, because I think Psytrance or modular synth were made for each other because they're so quirky and psychedelic. And why wouldn't you write Psytrance?
Yeah,
because modular synth exists.
Yeah, if you can make a weird synth patch that doesn't sound like anything you've heard before, then it can be used in Psytrance.
Yep.
Melodies.
This is a melody guy.
Melody guy.
1 second.
Damn it, Greg.
On the scene. All right, melodies.
Melodies. What I love about Psytrance, it's like take classical music, take away all the piano, the violin, and the constraints, and all the complex harmonies and the notes and the interesting things. You close your eyes and you listen to it, and you put a fucking killer kick and bass under it, and then you just take off. Ooh, I mean, that's what got me into Goa Trance, was all the melodies. Mike was like, you got to listen to Ethnica Trip tonight.
Yeah.
Hear this melody, this melody, this melody. I was like, oh, I do, and they all kind of work together, and it fucking is great. Sorry. That's my favorite part of writing music is, I mean, there's a lot of functional aspects of rhythm and effects and sound and the arrangement of the track, but getting the melodies to tell a story that elevates people emotionally, that carries you along for a journey, and then by the end has a conclusion is hard but so satisfying. So that's my favorite part.
What makes this year special? I know it's, you guys all know that I know, but pretend I don't know.
It's the last year.
It's the last year.
That's what makes it special. I mean, and a lot of people understand, and I think a lot of people bring in a lot of care to this event this year because it is the last one.
It's been a good run. We've had, knock on wood, we're not done yet, but really successful 19-ish years, depending on how you count. But it's a lot of work. We're getting older. We got kids, and
yeah, because it doesn't pay enough to not. Yeah, it just doesn't pay. It's basically
we're too big to be fun and small, and we're too small to be big production. We're right in that middle where it's hard without being able to pay for the super amount of staff, and it's just Psytrance isn't that, like, there's not 1,000, 2,000 people coming out for Psytrance. We've been doing it for 20 years, and you get 500 that love it.
Right.
And what do? We charge them a fortune to be able to do this? It just doesn't seem fair.
If we lived in California, it might be a real different story. We're in a place that's not near any big urban center, really. We don't have a major airport here. It's hard for people to get here, and it looks like we've been sitting at a pretty steady number for years now, which makes it harder to grow. So we certainly want to take a year off, and maybe after that we'll do something that's different and smaller and less complicated. We haven't really decided what that's going to look like yet.
We haven't finished this one yet.
It's going to look like a fire pit and a pop-up.
Yeah.
With all your best friends dancing in the woods.
You guys want to do any shout-outs to anybody?
The only risk of that is that if we forget anybody, and I...
You do some general shout-outs.
We want to do a shout-out to Shane Matlock.
Yes.
Who's the fourth owner of this LLC, who is at home with COVID-19.
So he couldn't make it.
Yep.
He's really sad. We're really sad.
Yep. He was, I mean, like I said in how I met them, I showed up, Shane was doing deco, and I rolled up and started helping him, and by the end of the event I was hired. So
Me and Shane have been friends since middle school. So
he lived with me for a while.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
What can you guys tell me about the art and the artists and the vendors that are here? Not, you don't have to name drop, but just generally anything that comes to mind.
That community has kind of happened the same way the rest of it has, where we've had people over the years who found out about what we were doing and showed up and maybe volunteered to work on staff or make deco or something like that, and it's just evolved now into its own little community of artists and people who want to bring their own things to this, and there's a bunch of them, and they're also kind of a self-regulating, self-sustaining community.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the past few years have been the only years that we've been able to actually pay people to take off work for a week and work
all week
for
minimum wage or less. The vendors had they showcase their art, so it's a visual, bright thing that complements the music, and you get to see their own individual art, whether it's paintings or shirts or crafts, and we set them up in tents, and so it provides this nice kind of art walkthrough that complements the music really well. So I definitely appreciate and value the vendors just being here. I'm certain they don't make a lot of money doing it.
Right.
I think it's more of just they want to be part of it, and they have this hobby, this thing that they do, and they want to share that with people. And this is a format for them to do that.
Yeah, and then there's like stage crew. JC runs our truss system, so the truss gets put up first, and he has his whole crew. There's a lot of people to be named, and I don't want to forget anyone, but they come in first and do their thing and get the whole things going. And then this year we had Oso do the front of the stage design, and then Newt was on visuals, and then Sue has been doing the canopy spandex for years.
Probably close to 10, right?
Yeah, so she's been coming. She has her whole little crew with Cricket. And yeah, they take care of all of that and make it look great every year. Most of the artists that come are friends, even the headliners. So like most all of the headliners are friends or through friends, and that's how they got here.
Because we don't want people that are going to be a pain in the butt. Let's get nice people that understand the vibe, the culture, that aren't prima donnas, need super special treatment. Like, it's people we want to hang out with.
Right.
And if you're fun to hang out with, you get invited back.
Yes.
Anything else you guys want to add? Is there a special Psytrance handshake you can do on camera or anything like that? There should be.
No, usually it's a hug. Are you crying yet? Are you okay?
Right. Yeah, and the ending of the festival is really special for a lot of people.
It's going to be very emotional this year.
Tears are going to
Lots
just...
of tears will flow.
You want to say bye to everybody or see you later?
Yep.
Bye in this form.
We'll be back.
We'll be back in some form or fashion.